where it's actually colder tonight than a brass bra on a witch's tit. For those of you that have never heard that expression, let me welcome you to the show and just say that we're here for you, you know? And for those of you that have ever perhaps experienced the the discomfort of a brass bra on a witch's tit, number one, I admire that. Uh, it takes a hell of a person to admit that number one they survived a witch, and number two, one with a brass bra on her tit. So that's about it for tonight. For all my things, um, see nobody's joining us. It might be one of those nights where we don't have anybody. FaceTime video. I don't know who that is. There, turned them off. What's up, Sparky? What up, brother? Did I call you the other day? Must have been not too important, because I don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah. I know what it was about. A there's a nice lady down the road from the shop, and her husband bought a one of those really weird looking internationals. Hey, Eddie, what's up, brother? Deb, how are you? Anyway, the guy bought. It's pretty new. It's only maybe a couple of years old. It's doesn't have very many miles on it, and it's one of those weird international things that a Lone Star, I think, pretty sure it's got the funny looking front end on it, like kind of like a freight train type deal. Anyway, he bought it and he passed away, and she wants to move back to New York, so she's got the truck out in her front yard for sale, and she's got her house up for sale, and her car, her extra car that her husband had, and all that, and I didn't know, it's not a truck that I would buy for myself or to have. It's got a Cummins in it, I think a 13 speed Lone Star. Yeah, funny looking kind of freight train front end on the thing. Anyway, she started out wanting, crazy. I think crazy. I don't know. I don't know what those things are worth. I don't have any idea. I thought you might. That's why I was trying to call you. Um, I think she was wanting like 50 for it. It's got about 400,000, 350, 400,000 miles on a Cummins. Um, I think she's down to about 40 now, but I don't think anybody's biting on it. I don't think anybody, well, trucks are, as well as I do, trucks are hard to sell right now. More people are selling them than there are buying them. That's for sure. Uh, there are people buying trucks, but not a whole lot this time of year. Um, anyway, I don't know. Hi, Mara. Again, hope you got your problem fixed. We'll follow up later. I was called away to dinner and informed that it took hours and hours for her to go over to the local restaurant and pick it up. So I had to go participate in that tonight. But it's our gala Christmas thing. Damn Cummins need rebuilt at 4. You know, I don't I don't want it. I don't want that truck. Those things just don't have any appeal to me at all. I mean, to look at. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Um, trying to help the lady out. Her husband passed away, and he didn't. I didn't know him. He just, but what little bit I knew about him, he wasn't a very old guy. Maybe in his 50s or whatever. It's barely dripping now. Wife comes first always, and she will tell you that. Um, anyway, um, I don't know. I don't. I don't want the thing. I don't, and I don't want to stop in there and offer her some stupid, uh, price if she could get more. But it's been sitting there a couple months now, and nobody's biting on it. It doesn't do any good to have trucks sitting around. That doesn't help trucks any. I don't know. Just a thought. Anyway, I want to talk about Christmas. I keep, and I'm not going to rehash all this old stuff because everybody that's on here is friends. We all know each other. We all know what we know. That people type in like social media. If you know, you know. We know. So, I would just say that everybody that I can see on here right now uh, has done, the same stuff we talk about all the time. They've gone out and made it work. They've created a spot. Sparky said almost 2 years ago now, Sparky, it's been a while. Sparky was talking to me on the phone. He said, brother, he said, I think if people aren't settled into a groove right now, it might be too late. And, everybody wanted to play that market while it was hot, play that market. And then when it just got cold as a brass bra on a witch's tit, now all of a sudden they're looking around, okay, what do I do now? I haven't made any relationships. I've made everybody mad, demanding $6 a mile on $3 freight. And I've made everybody mad, demanding only to go where I want to go and do what I want to do, and all that. So now all of a sudden it's like you got to go back and work for it. Like it always has been, as far as I know. And they are not liking it. And they're mad about it and they're blaming everybody else. And it's the same old thing. It's the same old song and dance. But there are people that'll make it and there are people that won't. And I think it's up to them. I mean, I'm trying to be helpful in my way. I'm trying to do stuff to help people both here and, daily when I go out and walk the earth and do my thing. But I guess one of the things I want to talk about that I keep saying a lot of on social media, and I hope nobody gets mad. So, Merry Christmas to all and to all. I've added tanker endorsement, and now I have a new freight lane with my broker. What in the world's wrong with that? We do tankers. I got 75 tankers. I like tankers. I like them a lot. They've been feeding my family for 20 years. So, one of the things that I'm seeing a lot of on Facebook lately is people chastising people. Good job, Jess Graham. Jess Graham is a person that goes out into the world all day, every day, and molds shit to fit her. She's really good at that. She could teach lessons, but nobody will listen to Jess. Trust me when I tell you, these people don't listen. Trucker Frank, what up? They want to argue. They want to debate. They want to, call you names. That's the sure sign up my skills and don't need transparency. I like it. You can come pull one of my tankers anytime you want to. Yank my tankers. Be a tanker yanker for Uncle Frank or young Frank the Third. Be a tanker yanker for Uncle Frank. But it's gotten me to a point that I don't even want to get on social media anymore because there's always somebody that will insult people. And to me, it's Tuesday already. I know. To me, when you somebody you don't know, you've never seen, you've never spoken to them face to face, you don't know them from Adam's house cat, you don't know what their situation is, who they are, what kind of family they got or don't have, what kind of life everybody's going through something. I mean, everybody. But there's always, every little thing on Facebook, there's always that one little creep that'll get in there and insult people. Just, they don't talk about the subject. They don't talk about the thing that's going on or the issue that you might be discussing. They just insult people. Yeah, well, you're a dumbass. Something that I promise you that person would never, ever in a million years say to your face. But on social media, they're very brave and very bold. And, they take that. And to me, a personal insult is the last resort of a failed debate. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. So when people start that, I usually insult them back just because I like to, because I like doing it. and then I block them or move on. I probably got my blocked list is way, 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 way more extensive than my friends list. Way more, way more. Because if I get tired of hearing a thing, I just turn it off. Kind of like just like the CB. Yeah, yeah, just like that, or any other thing. But if I get tired of something, I just turn it off. I'm not going to get upset. What other people do and think, they're brave on the CB too. Yeah, it's none of my business what other people think of me. And I don't care. I stopped caring about what people thought about my motorcycle or my car or who I was dating or any of that when I was about, I don't know, 12 or 13. That was a long time ago. But here's one thing that kind of gets me a little bit. And I'm going to talk about this for a minute. But if someone resorts to personal insults, I win. Yeah, every time. Every time. And they do. They do. Here's one thing I wanted to talk about for a minute. I see a lot of these posts lately of people chastising people because they're so holy. They're so wonderful and so holy. And they'll go, I'm just going to tell you right now, if I see you put on there happy holidays or any of that, I'll delete you. Well, delete me. Because here's what I think about that. If somebody is kind enough, if somebody is generous enough to wish you a happy anything, take it. Take it. Not everybody has the same religion. Not everybody has the same anything anymore. I mean, we can go on and on about that. Politics, religion, what kind of books do you like? What kind of books don't you like? What kind of music do you like? What kind of music don't you like? All that stuff. Everybody's different. Everybody's got their different idea. Everybody's got a different idea. But if somebody, and where this first came up a long, long time ago, this guy was doing one of the marches up in Washington, and he had a big sign, and he had on a T-shirt that was kind of sort of contradictory to the sign, and everybody were making a comment. Yeah, he doesn't really believe that, so I just assume that son of a bitch didn't march with me. Here's my thing: if somebody's willing to get out in the street with a sign and support your cause, let them. Welcome them. If somebody calls me on the phone and says, Uncle Frank, happy holidays, man. I hope everybody's doing good. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I grew up, big family, lots of kids, lots of grandkids. Our house was always packed and full of food and people and music playing, and all that stuff around Christmas time. And I just grew up saying Merry Christmas. And I love that. I had an uncle, Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe liked to sneak out to the car and have a little drink in the trunk. He had kept his little bottle in the trunk. And Uncle Joe, the more he drank, the louder he got. I love you. Merry Christmas. I loved Uncle Joe. I miss him every day. I miss him every holiday. But if somebody is kind enough to wish you well, let them. Let them. And say it back to them. Don't chastise them or browbeat them because they didn't use some phrase that you happen to think is a wonderful thing. Not everybody thinks the same way you do. I know that's a shock, but not everybody does. So if somebody's kind enough to you to say, happy holiday, where's my Santa suit? This is it. This is as close as it gets to the Santa suit. I'm not doing that. I'll hell, you don't want me in a Santa suit. Nah, yeah, you don't want that. I'll be like Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places, wandering around with my Santa suit and some tuna fish hanging out of it. Nah, we ain't done that. But when somebody's nice to me, I always let them. I let them be nice. And if you're nice to me, there's a 99.9999 chance, in a million, I'm gonna be turn around and be nice to you right back. I don't care who you are. I don't care. Damn Grinch. I'm like the anti-Grinch. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if or where you go to church. I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you grew up. I don't care what kind of music you like. I don't care. If you're nice to me, I'm going to be nice to you. Give me a reason not to, and then all that will change. Usually with just me ignoring. That's my thing these days. Yeah, I'm too old to get into it and tangle with people. I mean, I did that when I was in my 20s, and I still got a limp because of it. So I don't do that anymore. But if somebody wants to say happy holidays to you, let them. Let them. I love you, hillbilly. Love you too. Um, but about the trucking thing, I think what's going to happen after the first of the year, probably about midway through the first quarter. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that some of these markets that have been tardy, some of them that have been slow, are going to start to pick back up. I don't know if it'll explode back into $8 a mile freight again. I don't think so. Not for a very long time, if ever. But I do think it'll start to pick up. And I think there'll be more choices out there and more volume going on. I already know that my customers, my regular customers, are calling me with, we want to sit down, we want to have a meeting where we're going to add this and grow this, and we're going to need help here and here, and we need to make a plan. Now, that's what they're telling me. These are the people that I haul for. And they're usually pretty good about that. They're usually pretty spot on about their projections and what they got coming down the pike and what they're going to do. I've also had a couple of customers call me recently, like within the last 2 weeks. How dare you wish me happy Honda days when I celebrate Toyota-thon. Well, since you brought that up, Frank and I out minding our own business the other day, and the tornado came through here. You probably heard about it, Tornado came through here and tore up all kind of shit. Well, Frank had loaned one of our trailers. We got a couple of small, utility trailers that we use to haul different stuff, motorcycles, camping gear, efficient stuff, all that, lawnmowers, all that kind of stuff. And one of them is just a little 6x12 enclosed trailer. And I use that a lot of times going back and forth to Daytona, to haul my bike down there. I usually stop at my brother's and pick his up, and then we go down together and camp out, during bike week and stuff like that. Anyway, Frank had loaned that trailer to a friend of his that was out at his house about 4 miles from my house. And the tornado decided to pick it up and toss it about 300 yards. And it landed on its back. And anyway, beat it up pretty bad. So we went and hooked up to it last Thursday to take it up to the shop and try to decide whether it was worth repairing or not. And it is. We're going to fix it. But on the way to the shop, there's this one intersection, and you guys that have been to the shop, of the people I see on here right now, I know Mara's been there, and Sparky and a couple others been there. There's that one real bad intersection right out in front of Ricky's shop, and it's bad. I mean, Jess was coming down through there one day and just said, "The hell with this," and went on down and went around the block and came back because it's bad. It's a bad spot. And Frank and I always dread it. It's on a hill. The crossing road doesn't have to stop. It's on a hill. And the speed limit there's got 20 signs say 35, 35. Nobody ever does 35 on that hill. They're always going 60, 65. They don't even do a head fake at those signs. And they come over that hill and you can't see them until they're right on top of you. So you always get that, tense feeling in your gut when you cross through that intersection. Well, we pulled up to it and I said, here's your favorite intersection, son. And he goes, yeah, I hate this place. And right when he said that, this little Toyota Camry came flying over the hill, looks up from his phone, sees us, slams on the brakes, slides 35 feet into the side of my truck. I'm sitting still. I'm parked. I'm at the intersection, sitting still, okay, hooked up to my beat up ass trailer. And pushes my truck. He hit it with that Camry hard enough to push my truck sideways about 10 feet. That's how hard he hit it. Total it. The truck is totaled. Anyway, sheriff got there. We called the sheriff. And this guy that hit me, he goes, well, I didn't have anywhere to go. And you guys are blocking the intersection. I said, asshole, here, stay with me for a minute. You can tell any story you want to tell. You can describe it any way you want to describe. You can say anything you want to say. Bottom line is, I was sitting dead still, and you came over the hill and hit me. And I was not even on the road. I was back on this little side road. I said, I was sitting still. I wasn't moving, and you hit me. I said, I've seen tractors, tobacco wagons, farm tractors, tractor trailers in that intersection, blocking the whole intersection, and people stop until they get, maneuver around and go. Not this guy. He came flying over there, turned onto my road, and broadsided me in my truck. So Frank got one of our pickup trucks totaled about 3 months ago, and this is the second one. So my insurance guy's starting to hate me. But anyway, totaled my truck. So when the sheriff got there, he walked around the truck and walked around it, and he looked at it and he said, "What happened?" And I told him. And the other guy, "Well, wait a minute. I didn't have anywhere to go." And he said, how fast were you going? "Well, I wasn't going more than 45. Well, the speed limit's 30. So he already told him he's speeding. Anyway, the sheriff's deputy, super nice guy. He's walking around and around the truck and all, walking. He came over. He goes, I can't figure this out. He said, I've seen a lot of wrecks. He said, and I've been in the sheriff's department for 20 years. I've seen a lot of wrecks. He said, the one thing I can't figure out is, he said, how in the hell did he do all that damage to that trailer with that Camry? Well, I thought about just not saying anything. I thought about just saying, "Oh my God, he tore up my trailer too, and my neck hurts." But I didn't. And I said, he didn't tear up my trailer. The tornado tore up my trailer. I was bringing it to the shop to fix it, and Dingleweed here came over the hill looking at his phone and hit my truck. I wasn't on my phone. I said, check his phone. Enough said. Anyway, I've gotten to the point I don't even enjoy riding my motorcycle anymore because these people don't look and they don't care, and they're real aggressive. I had a guy tailgating me, coming home this evening from the shop. So, me being me, nice guy that I am, we got down to about, I don't know, 25 miles an hour, maybe in a 55, because that's how I work. If somebody comes up to me, like if I'm at Walmart and I'm backing out of a spot and I don't do it fast enough, somebody honks at me, then I have to pull back in the parking spot and sit there till one of us dies. I mean, that's just how my mind works. So, when the guy said, how'd he tear up that trailer? Since the guy was sitting there lying anyway, I thought real hard about blaming that on him too, but I decided not to. It wouldn't make me any better than he was, and I was already going to fix the trailer anyway. But that's how my week has gone so far. They totaled my truck. They sent me a check. So now I'm back in the little Toyota. I'm back in my little 330,000 mile Toyota that just starts every morning like a Swiss watch. And, it's ugly, and it'll go anywhere you want to go. Do anything you want to do. It's this little Toyota Tundra truck, and I'm back in that now until I find something else to drive. But anyway, I wanted to get on here and say Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy Holidays and Happy Hanukkah and whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? I wanted to tell you guys that because I really enjoy these Tuesday night chats and the ones during the week when you guys call me on the phone. I call you and we talk about different stuff. I really enjoy that. I really do. I'm going to get back on the road. Will it pull your trailer? Yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, I've got an FJ Cruiser. I don't know if you know what that is. That's their little Toyota's a little answer to the Jeep. They quit making them about 9 years ago, but I've got one. And that's the toughest little son of a bitch I've ever had. I used to take it down on the beach when I go down there fishing, and I go by Jeeps that are stuck and pickup trucks. Wait, you don't have a trailer now? Yeah, I do. I have 2 other ones. Yeah, I got trailers. They're bigger. Like one of them's 20 feet enclosed trailer. It's big. It's a big damn trailer. And the other one's a 20-foot open trailer. And this one was just a 12-footer. And I could pull it with my little truck or my FJ Cruiser. But I'm back driving the FJ, and I love that little truck. That's it'll go anywhere you want to go, anytime you want to go. And I found one real low miles. I keep it around. That's my little Tinker toy. That's my little fun truck to drive around in. But I wanted to get on here and wish everybody, say thank you. Thank you for coming on here on Tuesday nights and hanging out and talking to each other and helping each other and taking good care of each other. I love that. That makes my whole week when we do that. And I wanted to say happy whatever, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas. How's that? And Happy New Year in case I don't talk or see some of you between now and then. And next year's going to be fun. I'm probably going to get back on the road some, and I think Frank Three and one of his buddies wants to do more video type stuff, and we'll probably get into that this year and get better at it. Maybe do some different stuff and just try to do what we do. Help out. I don't have any desire to be one of these YouTube talkers and all that. Deb Dingo, Merry Christmas to you too. I think a shit ton of carriers are going to bail first of the year, a mass exodus. Then I think shit ton more will bail throughout the year at their insurance renewal time. A lot of people, most of the people I know, just went through insurance this past month. And you're right, it weeded a lot of people out, and that's something we need to talk about, Deb, is insurance, because there are ways to save money there too, and cut your expenses. I think that, and I've thought this, and I say it all the time, and I haven't changed. I haven't changed my idea about this. I think the people that are sitting around, be careful out there, Sparky. Be careful, brother. Be thinking about you. Holler at me tomorrow if you want to. I'll be around all day. I think the people that are trying to make a living just being on the spot market I don't think they're going to fare well. I don't think the brokers. I think this past year the brokers have figured out that there are enough people out there that'll haul their freight for $1.30, $1.50 a mile, and that's where they're going to be. That's what I think. Freight that was paying $260, $270 3 years ago. Now they're going to put it out there for $1.50. They're going to lowball customers, try to get more customers. They're going to keep trying to grow. So if that's your place, if that's your happy place, is to be a small carrier that gets up every morning and thinks that you can operate a trucking company on DAT, that's the atmosphere you're going to be in. That's it. And most of those people, a lot of them are a lot bigger than you are. They have deeper pockets and a lot of patience. And the hell of it is, and we already know this. When they put a load up there for $1.50, somebody hauls it. They do. You'll call and you'll get mad and you'll say, yeah, I told that guy to kiss my ass. And you'll see people all over, social media. Yeah, put a load up there. It was $1.30. I told him to kiss my ass. But somebody went and picked it up. They might have negotiated $1.50, $1.60 out of it, but somebody went and hauled it. It's not there anymore. It's gone. And the brokers have figured out that for whatever reason, for whatever their reason is, and there's a million of them, they're like, assholes. Everybody's got one. But for whatever reason, people will haul that freight. That's what I think. People will haul that freight. So, as long as they're doing it, then the spot market just is what it is. If you don't have real customers of your own, if you don't have relationships with 3PLs and maybe even a couple of good relationships with brokers here and there, like some of you have that I know, and you know how to make it work and you know how to make a living at it. If you don't have those things and all you do is flip on that and try to negotiate your way from load to load to load to load, you're going to be at $1.50, $1.60. That's where you're going to be. There's not going to be any fuel surcharge because they keep that. They steal that from you. So, that's what I think. I mean, and I'm not disagreeing with you, Deb. In fact, I am agreeing with you. I think a lot of people over the last couple of years bought overpriced trucks and overpriced trailers and went out there and signed up for $2,000 a month insurance to get into a spot market that was average somewhere around $3 to $5 a mile, somewhere in there, $4 a mile. And they jumped in. And then when it dried up, they got deep shit day one. Some of them, my friend down in Georgia I've known for 30 years, he said, you brand new to the trucking industry. If you got a lot of money, you can be in it for about a year. If you got a lot of money and really good credit, you can be in it for about 2 years. And he's right. He's 100% right. So I agree with you. I think there's going to be, more people turning in equipment, more people selling equipment, more people doing different things. And there are other things that they could do, to make it work. I'm late, but here. Had me a hell of a fight with the MVT today. Well, I hate to hear that. I do. I used to know a woman that worked for MVT. She was one of their regional sales people. I think she even had a big title. Uh, I haven't seen her in years. The last time I saw her was at a hockey game, and she was drunk and mad at somebody, so I just kept walking real slow and kept going. Um, anyway, I think you're right. I think you're right. I buy old trucks, pennies on the dollar. Yeah, that's where we're at, guys. I mean, that's but we've preached it. Shaggy and I went on here every week for years, and then he's doing other things now. He's busy. He got his hands full doing other stuff. He's busy, busy, busy. He's working with Eddie Dion and helping with him, and he's doing some other stuff, and he's working on getting his GED, and he wants to become getting a healthcare business. I think that's great. It's great. I got a couple of my kids that are in healthcare, and they do very, very well, and they sleep at home. And when they punch out, they're off. So there you go. But Deb, I think you're right, Deb. I don't think it's like this big, 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 big Saint Bernard, and he lives in a house with his mom and dad and up in the mountains, and he's snowing and snowing. A big old Saint Bernard. He likes to go out there and roll around in the snow and play and flip all around and get all wet and get snow all over him, and he's happy and then he gets a little tired. He comes in the house and goes right up in front of the fireplace and shakes all that snow and water off right in the middle of the living room. That's what this industry is doing right now. It's shaking off all that snow and all that water, shaking it off. And when it does, it'll do just like it's done 1,000 times since I've been in this business. Well, maybe not 1,000, but 100 anyway. Where it does, that spot market does this, and I think it's doing it now. And I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna get any better for the people that all they do is play the spot market because, like I said, I don't think the brokers are going to pay you. I think they're going to use the fact that there are people out there willing to haul freight for nothing. They're willing to do it. I think they're going to use that to go in and bid cheaper on their lanes with their customers and try to get more lanes. That's what I think. I think they're already doing it. I've got to replace my fuel injector cups. I'm going to take my paid for truck because of my maintenance account. But I got them to let me keep my truck and knock off the 35 grand that I owe. Okay. One less thing. I think that's what's happening. I think that the people, hell of an analogy. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if you look behind me. I got books back here, Deb. Here, let me move my head. There's some books back here on my shelf. I have been known to read occasionally. Not often, but yeah, I read. Anyway, I think the people that are listening to some of these Facebook pages where be tough on those brokers. They're son of a bitches. They're your enemy. We need transparency. It's not going to matter. A lot of brokers are going broke too. They're going out of business too. It doesn't take much if you're a real small broker and you only got one account, and that account gives their business to TQL because they bid it, 60 cents cheaper than you're hauling it for. It doesn't take long. Pretty soon you're out of business. So I think a lot of that's happening. Both brokers, both small trucking companies, and I think a lot of it's happening. The big trucking companies that are going under, they're not owned by trucking people. They're owned by investors. If you're an investor and you can put your money into, let's say a mutual fund or a stock market that has historically, for the last 10 years, been paying 15, 18%, return on your investment. Why would you invest $1 million in a trucking company that earns 7%? Why would you do that? And these big companies like Yellow, all these big companies that are owned by investment groups now, they're not trucking people, they're investors. Okay. All these people, all these companies that are owned by that, they're going belly up because why in the world, with the stock market, it hit another, record today. If you can invest in a mutual fund that makes you 15 or 18% return on your money, why would you invest in a trucking company making 6? Why? For what? Take your money out, go somewhere. And pretty soon these guys are broke. They're out of the money game. We have more truck drivers than our enemies than brokers because those drivers all cheaper. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. But I think you're right, Deb. I think that people I think that people that rely just strictly on the spot market are not going to be here. And I've been saying that. If any of you guys that have been here for a long time, Deb, you're one of them. You've been here for a couple of years with us. I've been saying that for a long time. I mean, you can pretty much see that coming. Ricky and I go to lunch and we sit there and go, yeah, these damn brokers are paying these big rates, But we didn't give up our customers. We stayed with our customers because, what goes up will come down. We've seen it happen a million times. And we stayed with our customers. And because of that, today, a week before Christmas, in 2023, we're still in business. And we've both been in business for 30 years because we don't chase the cheap dollar. That's not where it's at in this business. Never has been. Never has been. Long-term investment, long-term work, be creative, get out there. As Shaggy liked to say, diversify. I mean, am I suggesting you open a brokerage? I am not. But diversify your customer portfolio and your equipment portfolio and adapt to what this market is. Anyway, I'm going to keep it short tonight. I got a bunch of shit I got to do and all this stuff going on, getting ready for Christmas and all that. I hope everybody gets to be around somebody you love. I hope you get to, spend some time with some people you care about. I hope that everybody just smiles ear to ear every time somebody says happy holidays, whatever the fuck they say. Get a life, people. God, stop. I'm just going to say it. Damn, don't preach to me. I will delete your ass. You still doing training in January? I will. Ron, you're one of 3 people that responded to that. I'm happy to do it. I am more than happy. I offered it out there. I am trying my very best to be a man of my word. I will do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. I told you I'd teach you how to be a broker for free, and I will do that. I will damn sure do that. I haven't really pursued it because, like I said, you're one of 3 people that brought it up. And so it's kind of where we're at right now. But yeah, I'm glad to do it. I'll do it anytime. Or you can come here, spend a couple days in the office with Frank and the girls and all that. We've had people do that. And I had one lady that came in. 3 people, got me more than that. No, that's about 3 people responded. That's about it. I had one lady that came in. She wanted, I'm number 2. That's good. I had one lady, and she kept on and on and on. Call me, sending me messages. I said, you know what? Don't come Monday because it's too busy, but come up to my office Tuesday and just come in and I'll meet you there and I'll introduce you to Frank and the girls. And I said, we'll go around the room. And I said, I'll turn you over to Frank. And when he gets done with you, you will know what a brokerage is like. You will know what we do, how we do it, that kind of thing. You will know it. She made it to lunch. She did. And I went by the office to pick her up and take her to lunch. And when I got there, she said, I'm going home. She said, I'm just going to tell you the truth. There's just no way in hell I can do this. No way. No way. And I said, well, at least now this is what we're all about. But I will fly down to Nashville. All right. I'll pick you up at the airport. I do it all the time. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. I don't want to keep you guys. I know everybody's busy this week and trying to wind things up and get home or be close to home. I wish everybody, the best Christmas possible. And I'll probably pop in and out of here between now. Is there a number or direct way to contact you? Yeah, I'll give you my number. Or Are you on my Facebook page? Because I see that you're on YouTube. You need to get on my Facebook page. G3 Trucks and Freight is the name of the Facebook page. And get on there and just shoot me a message there. And yeah, I'll send you my number and we can talk on the phone. Yeah, we can do that. Deb, I see your little trees. Hey, Deb. Hey, Deb. Have you had a weak moment? Have you had a weak moment where you're maybe sitting on the porch, having a mint julep, as it were, and you thought, you know what? Screw Uncle Frank. I'm going to eat this syrup. Have you done that yet? Because I would have by now. I would have eaten your shit by now. I'm just telling you. This is how it is. If not, we'll look each other up after the holidays. I need to make a trip over there anyway. I've been neglecting the little mountain cabin and I've been neglecting all my people over there. I need to make a trip over there anyway. Maybe we can hang out when I get over there. You guys have a great week. Have a great week. Go home. My dad ran into me one night down near Miami, and he was in his truck and I was in mine, and I was headed to do some. No, it's in my truck waiting for me to get through Nashville. Well, I'll be right here. My dad got mad at me, and he got on the CB radio. He said, "You need to get your ass home to that wife and kids. Turn that truck around right now. Those loads of weight." Guys, be with somebody you love this holiday season. Be with somebody you love. Be with somebody, hey, man, what up? Be with somebody you love. Be with somebody you take care of. Look after each other. That's what we do, and we're going to do more of it this coming year. I got some plans. I got some ideas. We're going to talk about them. But everybody, please have a great Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Definitely shoot me your number. Okay. But anyway, I love you guys. I mean it. Take good care of each other because we are all we got. Have a great weekend.